Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, today back with a brand new video. Please excuse this fan, it's really hot today and I had to shut my window because I don't want anyone to hear me outside, because that's like really awkward. So I didn't want people to hear me. So if you couldn't tell, today's is another book video. So yes, it's also currently like 26 degrees outside right now and it is like 7 in the evening, and I would really like it to get a lot cooler than that because I thought we were in spooky season now. I genuinely thought we were in the cold months and we were going to get into spooky season, but unfortunately that is not the case right now. So we're still in the heat at the moment. So excuse my hair, I'm getting it recut tomorrow because this is not a curtain bangs anymore. So without further ado, let's just get straight in with the video. Whichever way that goes. So today's video is books I read in August. This is going up like a week into September just because I haven't filmed it yet. So yes, so yeah, I didn't read as much as I thought I was going to during the month of August, probably just because I don't really know, like I just didn't really have a lot of time for it. So as I was saying, I didn't get to read that much that I would have liked to in August, just because it was kind of like full swing into work, and I was trying to work as much as I could to get money, and when I did have time to read, there was a lot of other things that I had to do to get through in life. Like there's obviously other things that I have to do other than work and reading, so it was quite difficult. So I only read 4 books. So I'm hoping this month's gonna be better, but for now this is the 4 books that I read. So this is gonna be a shorter video than usual, but I'm still sure that but these are still the books that I read, so we'll just jump straight in. Okay, so the first book that I read in August was a very like overhyped book, we shall say, on TikTok and BookTube and everything. So the first book I read was The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So this book, while I thought it was very good, the ending, it was really good, but it didn't make me cry like everyone else said it did. It didn't leave me in like a reading slump for a while, so I don't really know what that was about. So basically this book is about this is gonna be spoilers for the books that I'm about to say, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers for any of the books, then just like leave. But like I'm just gonna tell you like the stories of the book. So basically this is obviously about Achilles and when he grows up and he meets a kid. It's actually based from the other kid's point of view, but you know, so there's this kid and they basically like end up falling in love, you'd say, and they go to is it called the Battle of so they go to war to try and win back Helen of Troy, and Achilles is supposed to be the best of the Greeks, so he goes and he tries to like end this war and get Helen back, but it also revolves around their love and everything. I'm not going to ruin the ending, even though I did say this was going to be spoilers, but I just don't want to ruin that in case anyone hasn't seen it. But I would definitely recommend this book. I know it's overhyped. It took me a while to actually read it just because it was overhyped, and sometimes that means I don't want to read stuff, which is not how stuff should go. Like, you should always have your own opinions. I don't know why this keeps going in and out of focus. So, but yeah, I would definitely recommend this. While it didn't make me cry, it was still a very good book. So yeah, I would recommend you read this. I've also fallen in love with like Greek like based books about like the ancient Greeks. Couldn't tell you why, but I have. So the next book that I read in August was The Switch by Beth O'Leary. So I think this is the second book that I've read by her, and I really love her style of writing and I love her books so far. So this book basically is about this lady who lives in London and she has a boyfriend and everything, but she's just been put on like leave, like paid leave from her job, and then the other lady is her grandmother who lives in, I want to say Yorkshire, but that could be wrong. a tiny Yorkshire village. So basically they swap lives, and her grandmother goes to live in her flat in London and she goes to live in her grandmother's house. And it basically just kind of follows them around their journeys, and then when they she breaks up with her boyfriend, it's all kind of like a bit all over the place at points. But I thought it was a really, really good story, and it was nice to read something that wasn't really revolved around a lot of romance or like crime or anything, even though that's what I love to read. It was really nice to read something after like a heavy like book about Greek, to just kind of have like a nice little lovely story. So I really, really did love this book. I can't remember how it ended, but I do remember two of the characters do end up there ends up being two couples, I think, at the end, that one was expected and one wasn't, for me anyway. But yeah, I definitely recommend this if you just want something that's like light-hearted. It's light, it's not anything heavy. I know a lot of people don't like reading heavy things before they go to bed, or like crime things. Can't relate. But I know people don't like that, so if you're looking for something light-hearted, I definitely recommend this book. So the next book I read in August was As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. So this book is the third in a series. So it's The Good Girls, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is the first one, and the second one is Good Girl Bad Blood. So this is the third and last one in the trilogy. So I wasn't planning on reading this book this month, but when it came out, I kind of just saw it when I was out and just kind of had to buy it. So this book basically obviously follows on from the main character of the last couple books, and basically she now has a stalker, and she thinks that she's going to be the next victim in this serial killer's crime that they thought they had captured, but it turns out that they hadn't. But the police don't know that they haven't caught the person, and she ends up being kidnapped by the person, and she manages to kind of escape, but she spoilers, but she does end up killing the guy and then trying to cover it up, and then I keep saying so basically she covers it up and she gets her boyfriend help to cover it up, and then they like somehow manage to like cover up the time that he died by freezing him in a car and then warming his body up again and moving him around loads of times. It kind of makes a sense in the book, but you know, I'm not like an expert on crime, you could say. So they then end up like faking their alibis, and they somehow end up getting away with it, and the trial lasts for years because she goes to uni. Another spoiler, she breaks up with her boyfriend to try and keep him out of it, because they found something of hers in a dead guy's house, but claims she didn't know him, but he obviously stole it from her. So then he lies to cover it up for her. So they break up so that he's not implicated in her crime, because she did kill him, and he just helped her cover it up because he didn't want to lose her. And the ending could have been better. I will say that. I genuinely think the ending could have been better. I definitely was not a fan of how it ended. It ended kind of cute, I guess, but like I feel like it could have had a better ending. But obviously not everything needs to have a happy ending. But yes, so that's that book. I would definitely recommend this trilogy. I've read the two books, the first two books twice. Obviously I've only read this one once, but you know. So the last book that I read in August, because I only read 4, was Cirque by Madeline Miller. So this is the same author that wrote the first one. This is a bit ruined because I dropped a bloody cup of tea on it somehow. So basically this book took me forever to read, I'm not gonna lie. It was good, but for some reason I just like couldn't really get into it. But I don't know if it was because I didn't have always have long times to sit and read it, or I don't know really what it was. So basically it goes into detail about who Cirque, I think that's how you say it, Cirque, was as a child and growing up, and how she gets exiled to this island, and she meets this guy, comes to her island, and they end up having a kid together. and basically all about her, like her magic and everything that she learns on this island. She then has a kid, and who doesn't know the dad, but then the kid wants to go explore, but obviously she can't leave the island because she's exiled there. But then the guy that fathered the child ends up dying because he's mortal. And then the other wife and kid from the other relationship of this guy come and live with her on the island. But obviously the kid, her kid's like 17, I think. And the other kid is like 30 something. But I think it was a really good book, other than that it just took me a while to read it. And it kind of confused me at times, because I know like a bit about the Greek gods and everything, but this was more like about the titans and the nymphs of that world, so I wasn't like, I'm not too up to date on that, so it did take a bit of understanding sometimes to understand. It took me like a bit of time to like understand everything that was going on and what it meant, but I finally got there in the end. But I would definitely recommend this if you are wanting to learn more. I don't know if it is true to the Greek gods and like the ancient Greek and everything. I'm not sure if it is like true to that, but either way it was very, very interesting. And I know obviously they're all like myths anyway, so it could be it. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend this. So those are all the books that I read in August. I know it wasn't a lot compared to other months, but that was all I had time to read for this month. I'm really hoping that September turns out as a better month to read. So far I've read a book and a half, and I'm on the 7th, so a week in, so it's looking up, okay. So I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe down below, because I'd love to have you around. On Wednesdays I do book videos, and on Sundays I do makeup videos if you're interested in either of those. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.